Hello. Hi, everybody. Hello. I want to take a moment to welcome you to our Nursing Assistant Program graduation ceremony for the NA students from Avamere Health Services, sponsored here in Avamere Crestview of Portland. Woohoo! Everybody clap, 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 clap. Please know we are recording for upload on YouTube for my personal Nurse Assisting YouTube page. All my ceremonies are recorded and posted for families and friends who may not be able to attend, and for students to share with whomever they choose. I want to begin by reading a poem. I usually read a different poem, but today I'm going to read one of my favorites. This poem gives an idea of the kind of person I want to be when I get older, and I can't wait to drive all these future CNAs bananas. It's called When I'm Old. When I am an old woman, I shall wear purple, with a red hat that doesn't go and doesn't suit me, and I shall spend my pension on brandy and summer gloves and satin sandals and say we've no money for butter. I shall sit down on the pavement when I am tired and gobble up samples in shops and press alarm bells and run my stick along the public railings and make up for the sobriety of my youth. I shall go out in my slippers in the rain and pick the flowers in other people's gardens and learn to spit. You can wear terrible shirts and grow more fat and eat 3 pounds of sausages at a go, or only bread and a pickle for a week, and hoard pens and pencils and beer mats and things in boxes. But now we must have clothes that keep us dry and pay our rent and not swear in the street and set a good example for the children. We will have friends to dinner and read the papers, but maybe I ought to practice a little now, so people who know me are not too shocked and surprised when suddenly I'm old and I start to wear purple. That's by Jenny Joseph. It's one of my favorite poems. My name is Misty Gordon. I'm an Oregon State Board of Nursing approved primary instructor and the program director for Avamere's Nurse Assisting Program here in Oregon. This is Carla Lanau with Avamere of Crestview here. She's our HR or director of nursing, and helps out with HR too. So Carla here has sponsored these students here at Crestview, and we really appreciate her. With Rob Melcher, he's unable to attend at this moment, but he might be here in just a little bit. We want to take a moment to thank Avamere, because Avamere is one of the few very free community-based nursing assistant programs here in Oregon, and we're proud to say we're on track to helping produce several hundred newly certified assistants every year. Oh, I'm going to have to remove this. Sorry. We're going to practice our social distancing. Over the last several years, I've worked with dozens of students in some capacity through this program, and I must say that every day I'm finding myself more grateful each time for the chance to do so. The nursing assistant class you're about to recognize has worked hard to get to this point since day one. They've reviewed and studied 56 chapters of materials. They've taken 14 daily quizzes. They've taken 3 tests and a final, and they were all successful. They went to the floor and over time dedicated over 75 hours each of their personal time, sacrificing their families, their personal lives, their jobs and commitments, and their sanity to complete the amount of hours required by the Oregon State Board of Nursing to demonstrate competence and skill at the level of an entry-level nursing assistant. I can personally attest to the difficulty and frustration one experiences going through the classroom and lab experience for a nursing career. These students have practiced and repracticed skills, have endured the funny looks they invariably get when retaking a vital or practicing a skill under the scrutiny of not only me, but the patients, their families, and staff members. Every class is different. Every class has their own quirks and fears and challenges. Every class has their, as Nurse Blake would classify them, the worrier or the perfectionist or the anxious one or the shy one. This class was no different, and of course has had their own set of challenges to overcome, including being one of the few remaining active NA classes during this unprecedented COVID-19 world pandemic. But what is most remarkable to me is the teamwork they have shown one another. They have come together, worked together, and have supported one another throughout this process and now sit at the finish line. I was lucky to have been able to teach these students. It was a joy to be with them, and thanks to them, I looked forward to each day in both the classroom and on the floor. My story as a CNA began in 2001, where I began as a student technician at a large teaching hospital on the East Coast. It was an amazing experience, and this is where I learned to love nursing, to identify with the patients as people, not as a room number or a diagnosis. I can attribute my work ethic and values to the people surrounding me, from the peers I worked with, the nurses that answered my incessant questions, the residents and attendings who took the time to explain disease processes, nursing diagnoses, and intervention rationales, to include the friends and family members that did whatever they could to help, whether it was keeping the boys occupied or listening to my caffeine-fueled rants about how nursing school was going to be the death of me. My point is, I absolutely would not be where I am today, here with all of you, and with this truly spectacular group of graduates, were it not for these people. I tell you these things because I want you all to know that it is never just one person that makes it possible for a person to attend school and achieve the needed educational requirements for career advancement. It literally takes a village. Students, husbands, wives, life partners, children, sisters and brothers, aunts, uncles, grandparents, friends, and of course the administrative staff and patients of supporting facilities that allow students to come on site and perfect their skills. We all make it happen. So on this day, I want us all to take a moment to offer a round of applause to all persons present and to those who may be watching online who have in some way influenced and helped these students along their path to this day. CNAs are often overlooked and undervalued. Here in our program though, Avamere Health Services, we want our students to know their worth and their value. We want our students to realize the importance of their contributions and how much their communities will benefit from their work. If there's only one place in the world that understands what kind of work goes into becoming a CNA, I want them to know it was here under the guidance of our primary instructors and with the support of all our staff. Because of this, we wanted these students to experience a true graduation ceremony. Many students work full-time, care for children, are single parents, are caregivers to family members, are single-handedly supporting a family, all while attending school and clinical and masterfully pulling it off. The recognition for this sort of accomplishment cannot be too big. This graduation symbolizes their impending entry into the noblest and most respected profession in the world. I sincerely hope you all are as proud of your accomplishments as we are. We now would like to individually recognize these students, these future Oregon State Board of Nursing certified nursing assistants, these future leaders in care, these human beings that give so much of their time and heart to the patients here and now and in their futures. I'm going to ask that as each student is called that they come up and accept their certificate and that they cycle back through and go ahead and have a seat so we can remain distanced. Now, before we introduce each student, I'm going to read a quote from someone. These people have influenced our ways of thinking about nursing, life, philosophy, and love, and have remained in our hearts, including mine, long after their departure from this earth, and some of them are still around. One can only hope they had the care of individuals such as this nursing assistant class to care for them in their final hours. Not only am I going to read a quote for each of the students, but all the students anonymously picked a name, and they each created a card for one of their peers. So I'm going to read a quote, and then I'm going to read the card. Nobody knows who wrote what for whom, and then you're going to get pinned. Okay, guys? And let me grab your certificates. Okay. You may not always have a comfortable life, and you will not always be able to solve all of the world's problems at once. But don't ever underestimate the importance you can have, because history has shown us that courage can be contagious, and hope can take on a life of its own. Michelle Obama. Drew Bonilla. I should read the card first, right? Dear Drew, congrats on graduating. Although there was never a doubt in my mind that you would, I am super happy that we all made it to this point. Throughout the class, you have showcased your kindness, knowledge, and above all, patience. You gave advice to people when appropriate, and also knew when to sit back and listen. No matter the challenge that was thrown at you, You persevered. Your calm demeanor, especially in less than ideal situations, is sure to make an amazing CNA and will inspire those around you like it has done to me. Do you want a pin?
Sure. Sorry, my hair's probably
Oh, shake. No shake.
No problem.
We're gonna have to. Sorry, guys. All right, so we have the pins here.
Yeah, sounds good.
This one. The rest of them are fine.
Okay.
That's why I have that one separated.
Okay.
Okay, so the next quote. Be patient with yourself. Self-growth is tender. It's holy ground. There's no greater investment. Stephen Covey. And we're going to do this right. We're not going to say whose this is. Marissa, you're hardworking. We know that for the first day when we worked with you. I personally think you're a very strong woman. Whatever you plan to, you're going to get all of that done, besides being a mom. Love you. Awesome. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for being here.
I like your nails.
Thank you.
Thank you. Breaking our socials.
Oh, that's okay. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yay! Okay, next one. The only person you're destined to become is the person you decide to be. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Oh, did I say? Oh, I did for the other one. Okay, I'm going to read it. Angelisa, you are such a bright spirit, and it's clear in everything you do how much you care for your patients. You have a wonderful future ahead, and whatever you choose to do, you will succeed. Yay! So sad. I'm crying.
I'm sorry. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Don't cry, Misty.
I'm not crying. I'm not crying. Okay. Life is what happens when you're busy making other plans. That's John Lennon. Drum roll. Zani, you have such an amazing personality and light up a room with your smile, even when wearing a mask. You are funny, brave, and seem very smart. I hope you keep furthering your career in nursing. I'm glad to have met you.
Congratulations. Absolutely. Thank you for being here. Congratulations.
On camera. You have to be on camera. Nobody's on camera.
I waved.
Okay. How far you go in life depends on your being tender with the young, compassionate with the aged, sympathetic with the striving, and tolerant of the weak and the strong. Because someday in life, you will have been all of these. George Washington Carver. Another drum roll. Okay. Rachel. You are such an awesome human being. I hope to be as cool and responsible as you someday. I do admire your courage to speak up when you know you're in the right and stand up for what you think is right. You've had a positive impact on me in the short time we've spent with each other. I hope we can still be friends in the future and always stay in touch. With your happy and positive attitude, you will go far wherever you land and whatever path you take.
Don't stop my carotid.
You're good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes.
Here's your berries. Y'all made it fun. You guys made it fun. Next. The best way to predict your future is to create it. Abraham Lincoln. Oh, we didn't do a drum roll. Okay, the best way to predict your future is to create it. Abraham Lincoln. Okay. Shun, our lone male classmate. Thank you for bearing with our female energy and bringing your humor and positivity to every class. You are intelligent, clever, caring, and funny, and all of us have truly enjoyed your company. It takes a special dude to listen to 9 girls talk about pregnancy experiences, relationship issues, and other various woman things without flinching or judging. You will make a wonderful PA one day. Just enjoy the CNA ride for now. I'm not going to make him hug me.
Okay. But I am gonna pin you. Yes.
We'll do it.
Congratulations.
I'm not going to make you hug me. Oh, look, I get
A man hug.
Amanda's watching it.
Yay! Narrow it down. Everybody knows now who's next, right? Almost. Everything you've ever wanted is on the other side of fear. George Adair. Oh, yes, drum roll. None. You are such a great NA. Your passion and hard work is admiring. I hope you have the best journey throughout your career. You are an inspiration.
Do you have a preference? Thank you. Congratulations.
Hello. Thank you. Oh, 2 left. How wonderful it is that nobody need wait a single moment before starting to improve the world. Anne Frank. Drum roll. Oh, somebody licked it.
Yummy.
Yum. Thank you, pandemic heroes. I appreciate that. Abby, you're one of the funniest people in the class. You're so bold and outgoing. I loved being around you. I hope you have a great life. It was really nice getting to know you. Ooh, Abby, you get to take Slobber home.
Oh, gosh. Sorry, I won't pull them on the front. It's okay.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
I get hugs.
That's okay. You guys have had time.
I wonder who this could be. You will face many defeats in life, but never let yourself be defeated. Maya Angelou. Drum roll. Maggie! What a surprise! You did it. This class would have never been the same without your bubbly personality. Your beautiful smile and positivity will bring light to the patients you care for. You are going to be an amazing CNA, so stop worrying so much. LOL. My piece of advice I have for you is to keep smiling and don't let negativity get the best of you. P.S. You have a beautiful singing voice.
She's like, oh my gosh.
Do you care which side?
No, I don't care.
Okay. Congratulations.
Thank you. All my girls and my one boy. Okay, guys.
Good job.
Thank you for coming.
Wait. There's more.
But wait, there's more. You guys said you didn't want to do speeches.
No.
Oh, well, we changed our minds. Well, we just wanted to thank you, Misty, for being such a wonderful teacher and leader and second mother to all of us.
Aww.
We've truly enjoyed every moment with you, and I think I speak on behalf of everyone by saying that we are thankful that you started our nursing journey.
Aw.
And wherever we may end up, we're thankful for this.
Aw.
So we have a little gift for you.
Oh my gosh! Flowers for my birdies!
Yeah.
Oh.
The ribbon fell.
Oh, I
wait, let's
love
get
it. Yes.
We gotta be in the video.
Oh God.
And then we
I'm
have-
not gonna cry.
And there's a letter from every one of us in here as well.
And a few other goodies
And
in
there's
there.
some other stuff.
Oh, thank you guys.
You're welcome.
A few photos. I can share everybody photos.
Oh, you guys are so sweet.
Yeah.
This is the bomb. You guys want to see it at home?
And we wrote little Misty quotes on the side.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Code yellow. Thanks for covering our heinies, but it doesn't say heiny. I didn't say that other word in class. Where is my Tesla? But I'm just a girl.
From Shun.
Thanks for believing in us. Where's the cootie killer? TT time. Lots of love. And you're better than the Lord's chicken. Woohoo! Yay! Oh, that is the bomb, guys. June 2020.